This is a great short post. It is about boundaries and a young woman holding tight to her boundaries and knowing how to say no. So this woman posted in the Am I the A-hole subreddit saying, am I the a-hole for throwing my boyfriend out for interrogating me when it comes to sex? So she's 19, he's 26. That age gap is already enough to where he is probably trying to overpower her, like not necessarily physically but mentally. When I read this, I was so happy. All right, she says, me and my boyfriend have been dating for almost 4 months. I've noticed that when he tries to set the mood and I'm not down for it at the moment, when I say no, he starts asking causes. Like I'll say, I'm not really in the mood right now. And he'll be like, why not? Period. If I say no, he'll say UTI. And if I say no, it's another guess like didn't shave. And you get the point. Earlier tonight, the same thing happened. We were hanging out in my apartment and he tried to initiate sex, but I didn't want to in the moment. I knew the guessing game was about to start, so I just said I was on my period. We went back to watching our movie, and a little later, as he was feeling on me, he mentioned that he didn't feel a pad and asked if I was wearing a tampon or what. I blew up at him asking why I always needed to have a reason or prove something to him when I didn't want to F right in that moment and told him to get out. Of course he fought it, but he left and has been texting me saying I'm making a big deal out of nothing and that I was lying to him and he should be the one that's mad and a whole bunch of other things. Edit. Before I go to bed, thank you everyone who was helpful and those who opened my eyes too. Also to people saying I should have just said no, been straightforward, etc. Like I said, I've done that before and it didn't work. So she is getting a taste of coercive measures that these people do to get sex. Like you can't just say no. Some people really have a hard time hearing the word no when it comes from a woman. She tried to say no. No didn't simply work. So she's like coming up with other things to say because sometimes hearing no means I just need to push a little bit harder. That is coercion. And we need to continue to have these discussions. And I'm glad that I was tagged in this post because even though she was sitting up here trying to rationalize and justify her no, she still did put him out because she was tired of rationalizing. And I do hope that she did break up with him. But the thing is, I need us to have these discussions so that we can work on being assertive, so that we can work on being okay with saying no and having boundaries. Sometimes we're just not in the mood for whatever reason we're not in the mood. I get that, you get that, but sometimes it's hard to convey that. And more of these people need to hear the word no. So I do believe that we need to have these discussions and continue to practice using that word. It's so simple, yet it seems really hard for us to come to grips with it and setting boundaries and being assertive and using our confident voice, like not attaching LOL and some emojis and that inflection where I'm not in the, like that inflection where you tilt your voice up. We got to stop doing that. Dr. Lucia honed in on the part where she said, and I told him to get out, saying, good for you. Why are you dating this guy? Does he have any other good points? You're not the a-hole. Zelia said, you are right to throw him out. Your home should be a safe space where your no is respected without question. Anywhere should be a great place or a safe space where no is respected. And that's what Shoegazy says. Everywhere should be a safe space where your partner respects no. I don't know what this person said that got deleted, but I'm totally sure it was inappropriate. Candid Joke says, so proud of OP for setting this boundary. I wish I had been this wise and self-actualized at 19. Always listen to that gut feeling and never put up with nonsense like this. 1000% not the a-hole. What a loser this dude is. No is a full sentence. Don't waste your time with anyone who doesn't understand and respect that the first time around. And I really hope that she gets this message, but I want all of us to get this message. Like this woman, Candid Joke says, I wish I was this self-actualized. I do too. I do these stories and these posts, not necessarily, for the person in the post, but for all of us. So many of us had to learn these things by trial and error. And I want other women, other young women especially, to not have to go through the same things that we had to go through simply because we did not yet have that self-actualized voice, that assertive voice, the confidence to say no and be okay with being single. That's what No Builder is saying, right? I love that these young whippersnappers instinctively do what I never had the nerve to. Older women are looking at the younger girlies saying, yes, high five. Because like some of these young ladies, they know that these older dudes not on stuff. They know that, this is crossing the line. They might not have all of the words because they haven't gone through the experiences yet, but they know that something is off about the dynamics. And I love that for them. That's why Candid Joke says, exactly. Incredible Calamari says, and I love that you said whippersnappers. Pass is Pass says, it sounds like he's trying to manipulate you into feeling guilty for not wanting to have sex. Exactly. And that's what coercion is. Sangolin says, it definitely feels like he's trying to manipulate her into feeling guilty. She shouldn't have to justify her feelings. Late Writing says, yeah, I love reading that bit too. I too wish I was like that at 19. There's a lot of deleted comments. I bet you these are men that are just like, no should be flexible. But that's the reason why Nora Hayes says no means no, no excuses or demands. Whisper Wind says, totally agree. OP did the right thing kicking him out. That kind of behavior is manipulative and gross. No one owes you an explanation for not being in the mood. And the fact that he made OP feel like she had to justify herself is a huge red flag. So that's where we are. These are red flags. These are manipulation tactics. And this is how we're going to continue to fight back against the manipulation tactics that these men use on women. We're going to keep having these discussions. We're going to talk to our daughters, our big cousins, the aunties, because some women never got these lessons as a young woman. So we're going to keep talking to everybody. Just join the conversation, keep sharing these things, comment the things that you have gone through, all of that. The more we let women talk, the more we will all learn from each other. Join the conversation, comment, and share. I was tagged into this post, and when she tagged me, she said, this is a soon-to-be blindsided husband. The title alone, oh my gosh, I'm not even gonna call them clueless at this point. Am I the a-hole for not canceling a trip to see a figure skating competition, though my wife might go into labor early? Y'all, when I talk about let the birth rate plummet to hell, because these people, you spend almost a year building a baby from your body. These babies inside of your body are just pulling, extracting, hormones and nutrients and all of your time and energy, everything from your body, and they have to give up nothing. How much does a woman have to give up during the course of the time of building the baby, delivery, trying to recover from all of that buildation? How much? All right, let's look at the post. I'm sorry. So this soon-to-be blindsided husband says, so I, 27-year-old man, feel like this situation has gotten way more heated than it needed to be. And now I'm second guessing whether I'm being unreasonable. Okay, he must have added that. Skate America is happening this November, 14th through the 16th in Lake Placid. I've been a huge figure skating fan since I was a kid. It's my one real thing. It's his one real thing. Okay, cool. I've been planning to go this year with a couple of friends. I haven't bought tickets yet, but I requested the time off. We found a place to stay, and I was just about ready to lock it all in. The tricky part is that my wife, who's 26 years old, is pregnant with our first baby. Her due date is November 18th, literally 2 days after the event ends. She's about 13 weeks along now. It's a little frustrating, honestly, like all of the weekends for this line up with, but I know it's not like anyone planned it that way on purpose. Just feels like some kind of cosmic bad luck, if I'm being honest. Anyway, she had a few minor issues this pregnancy, some swelling, slightly elevated blood pressure, and her OB mentioned that early labor could happen. Nothing set in stone, but yeah, it could happen. So now she's asking me not to go, not maybe consider coming home early or let's play it by ear. She wants me to just cancel the whole thing. I was surprised, honestly. I told her that if anything happened, I'd leave immediately and drive back. It's about 8 hours, but I figured I'd still make it in time, or at least close. Also, what it's worth, I didn't go to Skate America last year because my wife ended up hospitalized with a bad kidney infection the week before, and I stayed home to help her out. No regrets. No regrets at all. I wanted to be there for her, but I was really looking forward to going again this year. So he stayed home to nurse his sick wife, and then she got the nerve to get pregnant out of nowhere. It's just bad timing, even though I'm the one that put the baby batter in her body. Oh my gosh, the bad timing. I'm so glad that he was kind enough to stay with this woman while she was recovering from a kidney infection. That's a good husband. I tried to reassure her that she wouldn't be alone. Her sister lives nearby and is super involved, and my mom plans to stay with her while I'm gone. My mom even offered to be there for the birth if it comes to that when I called her for advice. And she half joked that she would record it all for me like I was right there, right in the spot. Like, here comes the baby's head, crown it. She was trying to be supportive, not dismissive. But my wife flipped when that was brought up. She told me it's not about just having someone. She wants me there. She says she already feels like I haven't been showing up for her during this pregnancy, and now I want to go out of town during the most critical week. Like, yeah, I missed a couple of appointments, but they were on days I genuinely couldn't get off work. She also brought up how I fell asleep during a birthing class, but it was online, and it was after a long shift. I wasn't disinterested, just tired. And I didn't go shopping for the baby's nursery with her because I had a migraine, and she said she understood at the time. I thought we were good. But apparently all of that has built up for her. She says she's tired of doing this alone, even though I didn't think that was what was happening. I honestly thought I was being supportive, just not in the exact way she expected. Like, I cook for her. I do more of the cleaning now. I've been trying to give her space to rest. Does that not count anymore? If he is this hands off, if he has this many excuses before the baby even gets here, he is going to be, it's going to go all downhill after this. Stop giving oh my gosh, let the birth rate plummet to hell. I really am trying. It just feels like I've already put a lot on hold lately. For example, I had this dream of going to the Winter Olympics in Italy next February. A huge bucket list for me, and when I mentioned it, she shut it down instantly. Why is this man married? Like, just go be single and do the things that you wanted to do. Why did you even get married? Because, okay, let's say she does have a baby in November. That means that she'll have a newborn in February. Okay, November, December, January, February. She will have a 3-month-old still not fully recovered, and this man is talking about going to Italy. Some people just need to not get married. Just go do the things that you want to do. Check those things off of your list and then get married. This man is going to be blindsided soon, and then he'll have a full range outside of his weekends when it's his turn to parent his own child. Yeah, this sounds terrible. Oh, okay. Not even just because we'll have an infant, but because she told me there's no way we're spending that kind of money on 2 weeks in Europe. I mean, I understood, but it still sucked to give up such a special trip without even really talking about it. She ended up going to stay with her parents for a night to cool off and give us both some space. She's coming back tomorrow, but apparently they also think I'm in the wrong. I didn't expect this to blow up the way it did. I can cancel. I just didn't think going would make me the villain. I thought I could have this one thing and still be a good partner and dad. These people need to be single. Just let them be single, because okay, she's pregnant now. She wants this baby. Cool, keep this kid. But why would you don't have another one with him ever? She's going to be doing this alone. She is getting a glimpse into her future. Something's going on with the kid. The kid is sick. The kid has a project due. Like all the things that crop up with kids, it's like, and he has all these excuses. He has things that he wants to do. He should not be a dad or a husband forever. Never. Absolutely not. Go. Obviously, they're giving it to him in the comments. Z Elderpin says, your one real thing is a skating event and not the birth of your child. And here's the OP saying, I just meant is my one hobby I'm really serious about. Sheesh. Z says, then what's the issue? If it's a hobby, then you skip your hobby for the birth of your child. Why are you even here if you know the right thing to do? Lazy Colt Enthusiast says, so your wife and child aren't the things you're serious about. He says, of effing course I'm serious about them. I'm trying really hard to keep both things in my life right now. Figure skating, I like it a lot. Whatever available Pickle said got deleted by Reddit, but the OP says she won't be alone. She'll have my mom and her sister. And then No Particular says, you can't be serious. The last person I wanted with me during childbirth was my mother-in-law. Our youngest child is 13. While in early labor with him, my husband was acting antsy. I asked him what his problem was, and he said he had been looking forward to the Avengers opening for months now, and he wasn't going to be available to go that weekend. We joke about it now, but had I not already had an epidural, I would have castrated him then and there for even mentioning a movie while I was preparing to give birth to his child. Note that he knew that he couldn't go because we would have a brand new baby. The fact that you keep pushing your wife on this makes you the a-hole of the year. Here's the dude. My mom is really wonderful and my wife loves her, so it'll be good that she's there for the time I'm gone. Yeah, this dude is gone in the brain, and I don't even think that he's salvageable. I think that they should just go ahead and get divorced. And that's what Pristine Payment says. Congratulations on your upcoming divorce. You earned it. Anonymous Mouse says he'll say he was blindsided. JT Blank in New York City says, I will personally pay for your wife's divorce attorney because no woman should have to put up with you. This person at the bottom says, I'm happy to chip in. And like I said, when I was tagged in by Nemesis, she says, this is going to be a future blindsided man. We can all see it. He obviously can't. He needs to be single. Join the conversation. Like, comment, share, y'all. Y'all have been asking for an open marriage regret post, and I was tagged in one, so we're about to do it. But I really believe that these men live in Delulu land, where mirrors just show them like 6 feet tall, buff, like they just see in the mirror all of the women's that are just coming for them, and they're always like 20 years younger or something. I don't know. But the fact that these men really think that opening up a marriage and then they're going to have these women that they are just trying to keep away. Like, I can only be with one of y'all right now today. Maybe tomorrow we have to put you on the schedule. They are so delusional. But let's look at this post. This title alone grabbed me. He says, I think I just realized I'm the unattractive one in my open marriage. Y'all, I gagged. My wife and I have a solid marriage. We have 4 kids, 1 adopted, 2 from her previous marriage, and 1 bio child that's ours. We can talk about anything, and there isn't any issues with our marriage. I acknowledge that this issue is mine and mine alone. We opened our marriage and have had several fun experiences where she was able to try damn near everything on her sexual bucket list, and I was more than happy to facilitate it and make sure she had a safe, fun time. Now it's been my turn to find someone else to play with, and the rejection has been brutal. People will reply to my FetLife post, see my wife in the pictures we have together, and then will reject me and then ask, is your wife open for play? This has been every experience, male and female. People find out I'm married, reject me, and want my wife instead. It's been absolutely brutal to my self-esteem, and it makes me feel like an effing loser, and it's definitely not what I want out of this experience. And I feel so effing narcissistic when I hear my thoughts say, so are you really complaining that you are only going to F your hot wife for the rest of your life? Like, what the F is wrong with me? How the hell do people do this nowadays? I never thought I'd be the ugly husband. I thought being bisexual would mean more opportunities for fun and adventure, but all I've seen is twice the rejection. My wife has been wonderful through all of this, but she thinks I feel unloved. F no, I'm drowning in love. I just feel like the dad from American Beauty, and I'm just this husk of a man I used to be. Funny, charming, always making people laugh. Now I just seem to be like a joke. I don't even know what I should do from this point on. Stop looking for other women. I mean, other women and men, since he's bi. But the thing is, he's saying he has a hot wife. Their marriage is solid. Why do y'all have an open marriage? Like, can you work on closing it and stop doing this? Why are you you're getting rejected? Nobody else wants you. Lean into your wife. Your wife sounds amazing. You have a hot wife that's supportive. Y'all have these kids. Lean into that. Stop trying to go out and give away community peen that nobody wants. Nobody wants you, dude. And you're sitting up here having all of these thoughts about yourself and it's hurting your self-esteem. Well, stop doing it. Nobody wants you. Sorry, except your hot wife. So, this cannot be that hard. Some of these people are exasperating. This is not really an issue. It's an issue because he wants to play, but nobody wants you, dude. Take the hint. Go back home, recalibrate your relationship, reset it. She's checked the things off her bucket list. Cool. You are not going to check things off your bucket list because middle-aged married men are not you're not in big demand right now. Sorry. What's the benefit to single women to have a middle-aged married man come around? There's no benefit. These people, I tell you, they reside in Delulu land. Battle Mommy says, I would 100% take her pics off your profile. 11 says, yeah, this seems like the obvious first step, especially if she's hot and you're not. Yeah, duh. Puzzle-headed Park says, don't post pics of your wife. All others should know is that you are in an open relationship. It'll stop people from talking to you just to get to your wife, which is pretty weird for someone to do regardless. It might help out your chances. Also, I know it's easier said than done, but try not to let the rejection wear you down. Confidence makes someone come across as more attractive in general. Here's the OP saying, thank you. You've been the only one who hasn't treated me like I'm about to blow up my marriage. We don't fight. And she literally just came home from work and gave me the most loving hug and kiss. People are acting like I'm about to freak out and leave if I don't get effed. I'm not that shallow. It just sucks to feel like this after hitting home runs my entire life. I'm not ready to lay down and be dead yet. There's too much life out there to be loved. Thank you for the advice. I guess it's time to make a new profile. So that's what he has learned from this. How he describes his relationship is why do you need more? This is just a greedy person. He's just way too greedy. And I don't know what to say about this. Johnny says, if it helps you feel better, it's just a numbers game. If you go online looking for middle-aged men who are emotionally unavailable and wanting no strings attached sex, there will be hundreds at the touch of your fingertips. It's not that rare, and supply far outweighs the demand. If you want to find an attractive woman seeking no strings attached sex, you have slim pickings and you'll be competing to even be noticed. I'm sorry that's the wake-up call you got, but it seems really, really obvious to everyone on the outside that this is exactly what would happen. It is incredibly obvious that the desire for these two things is vastly different. I'm surprised that you're even surprised. And then Jimbo Jangle says, OP, middle-aged, emotionally unavailable man. OP's wife, attractive woman. Damn, even in the comments, his wife gets the favorable description, LOL. And then at the bottom says, even if she was ugly, she'd be popular. Because, yeah, that's true. Sorry, dude. Just go home, love on your wife, accept what you've gotten. You've got, like, this sounds like a relationship that is a healthy relationship. Not everybody even has this. Lean into that. Stop living in Delulu land, come into reality world, and just be happy with what you got. That's what I think. You let me know what you think. Join the conversation.
Is owning the libs more expensive than you expected? Introducing renting the libs. Renting the libs is a more affordable alternative to owning. Our LibBot 5000 comes pre-programmed with phrases guaranteed to send your blood pressure through the roof, all without the hassle of owning. I believe no child in this country should go hungry.
You libturd, you sound vaccinated!
LibBot 5000 comes with multiple settings designed to take you from moderately triggered to full-blown meltdown. My pronouns are she, her.
You groomer! Who's paying you? Is it George Soros? Yeah!
Renting the libs has been a much more prudent financial decision for me. I thought I could afford owning the libs, but boy, was I wrong. If only someone had told me about this before the election.
I used to think owning the libs would be such a good time, but that was before I lost my retirement savings in the farm. No one told me that owning the libs would cost our economy trillions.
Protect your financial security while satisfying your infantile urge to feel superior to others. And try renting the libs today.